Namaskar, warm greetings from Delnet Developing Library Network, New Delhi, India. The most distinguished speaker, Professor Chetan Singh Solanki, the professor at IIT Bombay and founder, Engery Swaraj Foundation, Shri K. Jayakumar, President Delnet, Dr. S.S. Murthy, Vice President, Dr. P.R. Goswami, Treasurer, Mr. Sachin Gupta and other officials from Engery Swaraj Foundation, the heads of institutions, deans, eminent librarians, library and information science professionals, heads of departments, IT, computer science professionals, IQAC heads, environmentalists, faculty, researchers, scholars, students, my own colleagues here at Delnet New Delhi and also its coordination units at Bangalore and Pune, ladies and gentlemen. I, Dr. Sangeeta Kaul, Director Delnet, on behalf of Delnet, takes profound privilege and honor in welcoming you today for joining us at the program, which is being organized to celebrate the World Environment Day. On the topic, on a finite earth, can we afford an ever-growing consumption, which will shortly be delivered by our most esteemed speaker, Professor Chetan Singh Solanki. Led by the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, and held annually on June 5 since 1973, the World Environment Day is the largest global platform for environmental public outreach and is celebrated by millions of people across the world. We feel truly delighted enough to be a part of these global celebrations. As per the UN website, and this is to quote the UN, that we need to proactively take part to save our environment as time is running out and nature is in emergency mode. To keep global warming below 1.5 degrees centigrade this century, we must halve annual greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. Without action, exposure to air pollution beyond safe guidelines will increase by 50% within the decade, and plastic waste flowing into the aquatic ecosystems will nearly triple by 2040. We need urgent action to address these pressing issues. In order to sensitize everyone and also to help in building an informed and responsible society, the webinar is being organized by Delnet Developing Library Network, a major resource sharing library network connecting more than 9,300 institutions across the country, and also many of the institutions outside India are a part of our network. We are much thankful and appreciative of the very overwhelming response to today's program, with the participation of nearly 1,300 professionals from nooks and parts of the country, and also many other countries, including Bangladesh, Bhutan, Philippines, Sri Lanka, and UAE. At the very outset, on behalf of Delnet, we would like to express our very warm, sincere gratitude and thanks to our most esteemed distinguished speaker, Professor Chetan Singh Solanki ji, for acceding to our request at a very, very short notice to deliver this invited talk, and for agreeing to apprise us all about the pioneering work that our esteemed expert is engaged with. It's a profound privilege in welcoming you to today's session, and thank you so very much for accommodating our request to join us. We remain ever grateful to each one of you for your very overwhelming response. And now I take immense pleasure in introducing you all to Professor Chetan Singh Solanki ji, who is a renowned solar scientist, a professor at IIT Bombay. He has been referred as a solar man of India by Times of India, The Hindu, and India Today. Professor Solanki has also been called as a solar Gandhi. Known for his remarkable work in the field of solar, he's an educator, innovator, researcher, author, and he loves to talk about the philosophy of life. Professor Solanki is a founder of Engery Swaraj Foundation, a not-for-profit organization committed to addressing the challenges of climate change, aligning with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. ESF aims to empower 1 billion people by forging partnerships with organizations and government bodies worldwide. We are very much pleased and honored to inform you all that the Finite Earth Movement Initiative has been launched today by ESF. And yes, Professor Solanki ji has to really rush out to those celebrations after the launching ceremony and in joining us this afternoon on the very wonderful occasion of the World Environment Day. I'm very pleased and honored to inform you all that Professor Solanki has to his credit more than 8 books and over 100 research papers. Following Gandhian ideals, he has coined the word Engery Swaraj, His Energy Swaraj movement is a stepping stone towards energy access, energy sustainability, and climate change mitigation. I'm also very happy to inform that Professor Solanki, he's not only a solar scientist, I must say that he is more a missionary who is onto an 11 years long Energy Swaraj Yatra through a solar bus to bring awareness about climate change to masses and encourage them to switch towards 100% solar forward life. During this 11 years of Yatra, Professor Solanki has pledged to live on a bus and not go home until the goal is achieved. It's a profound honor and pleasure on the occasion of the World Environment Day. We could have never thought of celebrating it in such a befitting manner in having, Professor Solanki, the man behind, a great force behind bringing the transformative changes. And we are really so very happy to have you with us today, Professor Solanki. Would we like to request you to kindly start the deliberations for today? It's over to you.
Yes, I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, you're very much audible. Yes, please.
So thank you so much, everyone. Very happy World Environment Day. Thanks a lot, Dr. Sangeeta, for the kind introduction, giving this opportunity and bringing all of us together on this auspicious occasion. I hope my screen is visible now. I hope my screen is visible. Let me start that today, as Dr. Sangeeta mentioned, we have launched the Finite Earth movement. And I will explain this based on this topic. On a finite planet, can we afford ever-growing consumption? By the way, before I start, let me ask you and let me request you that I have decided that I will only talk to happy people, because I keep traveling all over the country and world, and I keep asking people, how are you? Most common answer is I'm fine. And I feel there is something wrong with the answer, with so much of science, technology, economy. God has given us so much and we stuck at the fine level. But Gita says that behind every single act that we perform in our life, whether we want to eat an ice cream or we want to look good or want to get a good education, good job, good respect, there's only one purpose, that is to be happy. And therefore I decided I will only talk to happy people. So please be happy, smiling, and make it fake it till you make it. So even if it is not a real smile, fake smile is also okay. So with this note, let me start with the warning that if you're going to listen to me, I'm sure you're going to change. And if you have any problem with the changing, or if you have any allergy to change, maybe you should not listen to me, or you don't listen to me too carefully. And today's agenda that I have planned is three things. Number one, I want to bring you the clarity about what, why, when, and how of climate change. It is very important that we all understand this, because more often than not, I realize that people do not understand the climate change, the nitty-gritties of it, and most of the time we talk about superficially. Number two, I'm going to introduce you to the concept of the finite earth and how does it matter to us and why should we discuss today on the World Environment Day. And finally, the last thing, what I can do in my day-to-day life, because we have to take action, and every day we have to take action. So I'm going to guide you how you can do this on your day-to-day life. Well, as Dr. Sangeeta mentioned, I am a professor of IIT Bombay. I'm a married person. I have two daughters, but I have pledged that I will not go home for 11 years. I have left my job. I was on an unpaid leave for 5 years from IIT Bombay. And what I was doing, I was living in a bus. This bus has become my home. And I was traveling all over the country since 2020. And I've traveled more than 65,000 kilometers. I've delivered 1,600 talks and made more than 4 lakh people. So what I'm going to present you today is my summary in learning of the yatra that I have done so far, and of course my professional career. So let me begin with this question. If we take a snapshot of the world today, how would it look like? And if I go to the space and take a picture, how would it look like? Well, the three possibilities, I know how this will appear. Number one, either we will say there is a growth happening and the nature is becoming better, or we'll say it is getting maintained or sustained the manner it was, or it is degrading. And if you look closely, what we see that everything that is not essential for human survival, AI, computer, space technology, mobile phone, that's all growing. But we can survive without that. But everything that is not essential, the air that is essential for survival, the air, water, and soil, we cannot survive without these basics. And what we'll see that all these elements are degrading. The base of our life itself is degrading. And therefore, the question that we should ask ourselves, is there something wrong on this planet? Is there something wrong that we are doing? An answer would be obvious that yes, there is something terribly wrong that we are doing, affecting the fundamental, the base of our life itself. We have affected so much so, but the seasons have changed. Summer is not same anymore. Winter is not same anymore. Monsoon is not same anymore. It has all changed. In fact, not only that it has changed, the change is accelerating. Every single year appears to be distinct and different year from the previous year. The left and bottom photo, for example, you see, it is the photo I have taken personally of a village which used to exist, but it doesn't exist today. You know why? Because of the glacier melting, sea level rise, and the village got submerged. And that is what the climate change is all about. The floods and droughts and heat waves, forest fire, ice melting, everything that can go wrong is actually going wrong. Why it is happening? Why climate has changed? Well, not because of the deforestation, not because cutting trees, not because of the plastic that we have thrown so much in the environment. It has happened all because of one simple reason, that is use of energy, the carbon-based energy. Ever since we started to industrialize ourselves, we started using coal, and then 1900 we started using crude oil, and then then the is there change required?
Yeah, that is good.
1 minute. Huh?
Yeah.
Just 1 minute. I have just something needs to be changed. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. Yes. Sorry, I'm back with the right name probably now. I'm
Yes,
not
exactly.
Sachin Gupta. I'm Chetan
Thank you
Singh
very much, and
Solanki.
sorry for this, Professor Solanki, because we were having concern on this because that was. I'm extremely sorry for the intrusion, but yes, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So basically, the cause of climate change is not deforestation or plastic. It is the use of carbon-based energy, and we started this from industrialization. 1850, we started using coal, and then crude oil, and then natural gas by 1950. But look, today, 2025, we are using coal, oil, gas, solar, wind, biomass, hydro, nuclear, what not. But the three major sources, the coal, oil, and gas, still remains the most dominant. About 80 to 85% energy that we use today comes from coal, oil, and gas only. So what is the problem? Well, there are many problems. We don't have it. And India is a country which is all import dependent. A lot of money, 17 lakh crore rupees we spend every single year in importing energy alone. Can you believe it? Well, that's a problem that Prime Minister should take care of it. But the bigger problem is all these three sources, coal, oil, and gas, is made out of carbon. And every time when we burn carbon, it results in this equation: carbon plus oxygen equal to carbon dioxide plus energy. And we are all using energy. Day-to-day life, you're using energy. So we are all producing carbon dioxide every single day. The question is, where do we throw this carbon dioxide? Well, when you ask people where do we throw, they say also in atmosphere. And this is the atmosphere. The nice thin blue layer is our atmosphere. We are throwing. But the problem is our science is growing, technology is growing, atmosphere is not growing. It is not growing with time and technology. It is finite. And as a result, we are throwing more and more carbon dioxide. Our atmosphere is getting filled up. And therefore, I call atmosphere, what we have done, we have made atmosphere as our big garbage bin. It has become our garbage bin. Unfortunately, the garbage bin of your home, you can empty out. But this garbage bin, you cannot empty. Once carbon is gone in the atmosphere, it is going to remain there for at least 300 years as an average life. Can you believe it? Our day-to-day life has become a catastrophic anyway. While when do we emit carbon dioxide? In every single act. And I keep explaining to all my students how dangerous the brushing teeth itself is. A lot of people get surprised when I say brushing teeth can be a dangerous activity. Yes, really? Yes, because to brush our teeth we need toothpaste that has to be manufactured energy, packaged energy. Our toothpaste will be transported from the manufacturing to the shops, energy. The shopkeepers, malls, runs and lights and fan AC, energy. When you go and buy toothpaste, that's also energy. Then we need toothbrush, manufacturing, packaging, transportation. We need water. For water, we need pipe. For pipe, we need iron. Iron has to be mined. It has to be refined. It has to be processed. That's a hell lot of energy. Then we need motor. For motor, we need copper wire, magnet. We need overhead tank, cement, concrete, iron. Lots of energy. That's not enough to brush our teeth. We need wash basin that is made out of ceramic. That takes a hell lot of energy because you have to melt it at 1800 degrees centigrade. That's not enough to see our face. We need mirror, quartz, we need bulb, we need electricity. When we make so much of arrangement for activities for brushing our teeth, imagine how much carbon emission that is going every time when you brush our teeth. So all these things, when I wear my clothes, carbon emission, when I travel, carbon emission, when I eat food, carbon emission, when I use paper napkin, carbon emission, when I say hello, good morning on WhatsApp, that is also carbon emission. So please, ladies and gentlemen, realize that every consumption is carbon emission, every consumption. This carbon is getting accumulated in the atmosphere. Look at this graph of carbon dioxide. For thousands and thousands of years, carbon dioxide was a constant. But ever since human got hold of carbon-based energy, look where the carbon dioxide is going. Today, as I'm talking to you, the concentration is increased from 280 ppm to 428 ppm, which is 53% extra carbon dioxide. Can you believe it? We, the modern humans, have become so dangerous, I would say, that we have changed our atmosphere by 53%. Isn't it? And we are not even aware. By the way, the carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. It is going to trap the heat. 53% extra carbon dioxide means 53% extra capacity of our planet to trap the heat. And that's why the temperature of the planet is rising and rising and rising. By the way, if you've not heard it, let me share with you that 2024 was declared as the warmest year in human history. Never ever in the life of Homo sapiens the planet was so warm as it was last year, 2024. And every physical system is a threshold. Our rubber band, for example, we pull it up and leave it, it goes back to the original state. But if we pull it and beyond certain limit, what will happen? It will break down. And similar to that, the threshold of planet and the atmosphere is also there. If you are going to stress it beyond certain point, it will break down. And that's why we should all be aware about this threshold. And there are two thresholds. One is 1.5 degrees centigrade of global warming. And next is 2 degrees centigrade. What is going to happen at 1.5 degrees centigrade? The change in the climate will starts to become irreversible. And by 2 degrees centigrade, it will be completely reversible. And what happens by the end of century? That is nearly 75 years from now. What will happen? The temperature will rise to minimum 3 degrees centigrade up to 6 degrees centigrade. By the way, the human body, its normal temperature is 97, 90 degree Fahrenheit. If the body temperature increases by 2 degree, it becomes 100 degree. And we say body has got the fever. 1.5 degree centigrade global warming is equal to 2.7 degree Fahrenheit. Today, the planet is already warmer by 2.5 degree Fahrenheit. We can say the planet has got the fever. And we have to do everything that needs to be done before we cross 1.5 degrees centigrade. The question is where we stand today. Well, we are very close to the 1.5 degrees centigrade. In just another 4, 5, 6 years from now, we are going to cross 1.5 degrees centigrade permanently. And after that, irreversible change will start. And by 2 degrees centigrade, that is by 2045 or 50, the change will cross 2 degrees centigrade. And beyond that point, human correction will not work. It will be out of our control. The only thing that will happen to us beyond 2 degrees centigrade rise is suffering, more suffering, and greater suffering. So what we have to do, we have to take action, drastic and immediate right now. And therefore, the million-dollar question is how to correct the climate change? What action to be taken? Well, there are several points we have to understand before we come to the answer, what action to be taken. Number one, let me ask this question to all of you. Who has caused the climate change? Dr. Sangeeta, this is my most common question to all of you. And what people say, who has caused the climate change? You know what they say? Humans have done it. I have not done it. Then I have to ask them, are you not humans? When they will correct themselves, yes, we have done it. And my answer is no, that is also wrong. We have not changed the climate. I have caused the climate change. I individually know why? Because directly and indirectly, through food, travel, electricity, clothes, buildings, cement, concrete, road, furniture, I am consuming energy. And every time when I consume energy, carbon emission happens, climate change happens. So therefore, who has caused the climate change? I have done it, has to be the right answer. Whether you're American or Indian or African, whether you're rich or poor, young or old, every individual in small or big way is contributing to the climate change every single day, every single hour, every single minute of our life. Also, let us understand that business as usual approaches to climate solution, environmental correction is not proving sufficient. What is not proving sufficient? Planting trees is not proving sufficient. And a lot of people are planting trees, great. But let us realize that I did my maths, basic simple calculation, that if you want to absorb the carbon that gets emitted in the world every single year, we need to plant at least 7 to 8 trillion saplings. You know how many trees are standing today in the entire globe, all forests together? Only 3 trillion. So trees is by no way can solve the problem because our emissions are so high. Forget it. It's good to plant tree, but do not depend on the trees. Can the plastic collection and recycling will solve the problem? No, it will not. Because cancer cannot be treated by taking paracetamol. And these are all paracetamols only. Can policy making help us? No. Technology development? No. Economic growth? No. Why I'm saying this? Because our experience of last 30, 40 years, we have been making policies, Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement, COP meeting. We have been developing technologies, solar, wind, biomass, electric vehicle, green hydrogen. Our economy has been growing, but the fact is the problem has been growing even more faster. Therefore, these are the good tools, but they are not proving sufficient. I hope, please take away this single message at home. Without it, no solution. Without understanding that this is not the solution, no other solution will work. Also, we should realize that climate change is an emergency. It is not a normal situation. You have to behave as if we are in emergency. And why I'm saying this? Because climate change is accelerating very fast, unbelievable rate. I've been living day in and day out thinking about it, and I can tell you that the changes that I'm observing is really very scary. We are very close to 1.5 degrees centigrade global warming, and business as usual approaches are not working. The catastrophic climate change is going to impact our food system, water system, our health, our economy, everything will be affected. And as I'm talking to you, know what is happening in the Northeast, the floods are coming. You know what happened in Mumbai? The monsoon came in May only. It is to come in June. All over the world, catastrophic things are happening. And ultimately, why we should take it as an emergency? Because it is all going to be about survival. And survival itself is going to be costly and painful affair. It will not be easy. So therefore, there's no time to lose, ladies and gentlemen. Let us work on the solution. But the question still remains, what is the solution, right? Well, Also, one more point before I give the solution. Who can respond to the climate change? Who can really take the lead and show us the path? Can it be governments? And answer is no. Because all over the world, governments are elected for just 4 to 5 years. They have different priorities. They have limited time, limited resources. And therefore, it is clear beyond any doubt that governments cannot solve this problem alone. Can it be industries? No. Because industries are there to make profits. And without profit, they are not going to survive. They have to make profit. And when you make profit, you need to produce more. And that is not going to solve the problem. Then who else? Can it be academic institutions? I believe very much yes, because academic institutions do not have any such liability. They are not constrained by the time. They have the responsibility to nurture the future generation. And it is this future generation, our own children, are going to suffer more, because experience tells us that whoever is going to live longer are going to suffer more. So therefore, I believe it is a moral duty of academic world to make sure that we bring that change, we become the change institutions and organizations, we create the momentum that world is waiting for. Unfortunately, it will not come from the government or industries. So let us play the critical role that we all need to play. Finally, if you want to figure out a solution, one thing, let us be clear, something that cannot change with time and technology and science. What cannot change? Well, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 will not change, isn't it? Whether we go to moon or Mars doesn't matter. 2 plus 2 is going to be 4. What I'm trying to tell you that let us understand and remember that some fundamentals have to be kept in mind for living on this planet. And if you forget this fundamental, nothing, and I'm repeating again and again, nothing will be of your use. No science, no technology, no policy. What is that fundamental? Well, you answer me in yes and no, and you know the answer, right? As a professor, I'm taking your class. I'm asking many, many questions, but I think it is important. All right. Get ready to answer me in yes and no on the question that I'm going to put on your screen. Ready? So first question is science improving? Yes. Are the technologies improving?
Professor Solanki, I'm sorry for intrusion. Yeah. I'm just requesting our participants can use the chat, and can reply to you, and you will be able to see that. If you want them to respond. I said if you want the participants to engage and then you want them, to respond to your questions, they can very well put their answers in the chat. In the chat box, yeah, they can write it. Yes. If you want
sure.
Them, please.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I mean, if you're not able to put on chat, doesn't matter. You just say it yourself. Is science improving? Yes. Are the technologies improving? Yes. Are the economies growing all over the world? Yes. But is the size of our planet growing? Is it increasing? No. Amount of minerals growing? No. The amount of soil growing? No. Nothing on this planet is growing. Our planet is finite. Our resources are finite. And therefore, on the finite planet, ever-growing production and consumption is impossible. Let us write it on the stone. You can't change this. Your science cannot change this. Our technology will not be able to change this. So therefore, we need to limit, but the reality is this. There is a concept called Earth Overshoot Day. Our planet Earth has a capacity. And if you're living within that capacity, is perfect. Whatever resources Earth can regenerate in 1 year, if you consume in 1 year, Earth Overshoot Day will fall on December 31st. But we are consuming resources equivalent of 1.7 Earths. And we have only one Earth. What does it mean? We are actually depleting resources very, very fast. And this year, for your information, Earth Overshoot Day will fall on 24th July. You know what does it mean? It means that from 25th July till December 31st, whatever resource you are going to use, food, water, and everything, that will be all stolen resources. And stealing from whom? Your own children will not get it. Your grandchildren will not get it, what you are going to consume. So for the God's sake, let us leave behind a livable planet for our own children. Do not steal resources from them. So therefore, the fundamental truth is this. On the finite planet, with the finite resources, we must have finite consumption. यही अनंत सत्य, इसको हम बदल नहीं सकते, ये सत्य को चेंज नहीं कर सकते, और इसको पालन करना पड़ेगा. You have to abide by this. Then and then only you and I and our future generation will be able to survive on this planet. And that's why we have launched today, just before this program, you launched today the Finite Earth movement. The finite Earth, finite consumption is our tagline. Also because every act of consumption adds to the environmental degradation and climate change. I'm repeating, every act of consumption adds to the environmental degradation and climate change. And just before this program, our we have many guests, including the Chief Minister of Goa and the AICT chairman. Many people were there, but guess who was our chief guest? Our chief guest was a 9th grade student, Manasvi from Indore school, because we want to give the importance to the young generation. It is their future. They are the one who are going to live longer and suffer more. I'm repeating again. So let us all join in the finite earth movement. And from today onwards, if anything that you do on this planet, anything that you are going to consume, anything that you are going to buy, anything that you are going to use, remember only one thing, that I can afford, but nature cannot afford. We forget this. When our salary increases, when businessmen's money increases, what is the first thing we do? We go and buy more without realizing that when my money increases, my capacity to buy increases, nature's capacity to supply does not increase. So please write this on your walls everywhere you are, that I can afford, nature cannot afford. And from today onwards, you will find this written on my shirt itself. I'm going to write that I can afford, but nature cannot afford. So let us make finite earth movement as a mass movement. Let us go beyond economic reasoning, beyond policy, beyond technology development, because that cannot be enough in today's context, the place where we stand today in the climate change context. So we need to make it mass movement. We need to go beyond and take action, simply because it is now about our survival. It is going to be more about our survival. So let us do that. Today we have launched the Finite Earth movement, or we call it FAME, with the target of reaching to 1 billion people by 2027. We want 1 billion people to join in action. And I believe we will be able to do that. You know why? Because I believe that inaction is the action required for the climate correction. What you have to do? Well, you have not to do something, because we are already consuming too much. What you have to do first step? You have to start reducing consumption. And for reducing consumption, do we need time? No. Technology? No. Money? Nothing is required, right? And that's why I believe that everyone on this planet, whether you're American, African, Indian, or rich or poor, young and old, rural and urban, everyone should be able to joining the finite earth movement. What you have to do is not do something. Also, let me tell you that the finite earth movement, the FAME, is a universal movement. It is compassing everything that you are doing on this planet on the name of sustainability. It is aligned with the mission life, the lifestyle for environment. Our Prime Minister has launched this mission. What does he say? The Modi ji says that we have to move away from and transition from the mindless to mindful consumption. And FAME is all about mindful consumption. The FAME is also a global movement. It is a call for action to everybody on this planet, 8.3 billion people. So it is a global movement, and it is a youth-centric movement. It is youth for whom we should worry. It is our moral duty to worry about the youth, and it is youth-centric movement. So let us say it together. We have one planet, one movement, one future, and FAME is here for all of us to be part of this. The last and important question, and I will take some time on this, is what I can do in my day-to-day life, because I am the cause. I am the one who is consuming. I am the driver of the production. What should I do? Well, I have created, based on my learning of the life and my yatra, I have created what is called the Climate Action Framework. This is one of the most, what I would say, simple and powerful framework that I have come across, not because I have created, but because I have been looking at all possible actions that people propose. How do I join the Climate Action Framework? Well, there are three things only we need to do. Number one, change self. The change has to begin with me. I have to lead, and Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. I should be the change. Why? Because I consume, I cause, so I must correct it. It is my primary duty, not for the world and society and country. No, at least for my own children, I should leave behind a livable planet. And what you have to do for this? Follow 2P habits and AMG approach. I'll come to this very shortly. Number two, it is not enough that you and I reduce the carbon emission, but for the whole world should be reducing it. Everyone else should be reducing it. You know why? Because carbon dioxide has no boundaries. Whether you are emitting carbon dioxide, or your neighbor is emitting, or neighboring country is emitting, everyone's effect is there on everyone else also. Therefore, let us build a team, spread it to others. And the third and very important also, that I personally believe, and I am never shy of saying this, that the public movement should happen with the public. It is not my personal problem, it is everybody's problem, and everybody should contribute to this problem. And I request you also to contribute, become the member of the movement, whatever small amount, but let us all create a public movement supported by people. And that's why we don't take funds from the government or CSR, we rely only on public. All right. So how do I join the movement? Well, you adopt the climate action framework that I already told you. What is the climate action framework? Well, number one, you follow climate 2P habits. What are the 2P habits? Well, once we have divided our life into 5 categories. It's not only about electricity. Putting solar is not going to solve the problem. Electric vehicles alone are not going to solve the problem. Every action matters. And that every action can be categorized in these 5 2P habits. What are the 2P habits? P is travel less. U is use items wisely. P is purchase cautiously. E is eat carefully. And last is eliminate electricity waste. This 5 category, by the way, is representing almost 20 to 25% of the global carbon emission. So what you have to do, travel less. We are traveling too much. For example, when we travel, one family travels in the summer, 1,000 kilometers one way, a family of 5. So 2 and 4, it becomes 10,000 kilometers. The 10,000 kilometer travel is going to result in almost 2,000 kilograms of carbon emission. And the 2,000 kilogram of carbon emission is actually equivalent of cutting 2 big trees. So let us be careful how much we are impacting. Use items wisely. Whatever you are using, please be wisely. Don't use and throw. Don't use single-use item. Purchase cautiously. Why? Because every time you are purchasing, you are not purchasing a product. What you are purchasing is carbon. You are purchasing water pollution. You are purchasing air pollution. You are purchasing environmental degradation with every product, because there is a lot of things that happens behind every product. Read carefully. You know what? You will be shocked to know that 25% of the global carbon emission comes because of the food, the manner we produce food and consume food. Can you believe it? Our food itself has become a dangerous activity on this planet. That's a disaster, isn't it? So eat carefully and eliminate electricity waste, which has become the integral part of our life. Let us eliminate that electricity waste. How do I do all this thing? How do I make these 5 2P habits as part of my life? Well, I have created a simple approach called AMG. It is not RRR. By the way, RRR was reduce, reuse, and recycle was good once upon a time, not sufficient anymore. Because what RRR doesn't tell you, it doesn't say you to stop. And we know in English, prevention is better than cure. Not doing something is 1,000 times better than doing something. RRR doesn't tell you. RRR still recycle. But recycle means itself carbon emission. Why? Because you need to process, collect, recycle material, water. The best thing is, no, don't recycle. I mean, produce and consume less itself. A lot of recycling is also not good. And what we say, generate locally, because when we generate local, it becomes efficient. So for each 2P habits, follow the AMG filter. I call it as an action filter. Anything you want to do, follow. For example, you are going to purchase a shirt. The first thing, can I avoid buying this shirt? Can I delay this? Avoid. If I cannot avoid, minimize it. Can I share my material with somebody else before I buy the new one, so that you minimize the impact? Can I buy the local clothes, like local food, local energy? Follow and apply AMG filter to every action, day-to-day action that you do. And that is how we are going to take. So I'm going to give some example, a quick example. For example, travel less. How do I apply AMG? Well, do not travel long distance. Summer vacation, I told you, avoid. Minimize means, can we reduce our travel by 2 kilometers? I mean, we have 8 billion people in the world. Suppose we reduce our travel by 1 kilometer, we are talking about 8 billion kilometer travel less every single day. Imagine the impact that will create. Walk or cycle for a local 1 to 2 kilometer travel, AMG. Use items wisely. What should I do? Avoid the single-use item. Anything that is single-use is a disaster, by the way, for the planet. Even paper cup, single-use is a disaster. Don't do it. Repair before you replace. Minimize it and convert material into some other local use. Generate it locally. AMG. Purchase cautiously. How do I do? A. Do not buy. Delay as much as you can. That is avoid. Sell or share before you buy the new one. Minimize and buy locally product. Generate. How do I eat carefully? Well, do not buy the packaged food or delivered food. Every packaged food on the Zomato and all is actually disaster. 1 kilogram of carbon emission every time. And remember, 1 kilogram carbon emission is 300 years of the global warming. Avoid. Do not waste the food or cook less. A lot of people do not realize that our body does not need a lot of food. Actually, we can eat less. That itself is a good contribution. Of course, I am not saying to starve, but eat less if and body is okay for that. And use locally produced food. Be regional and seasonal. And electricity, avoid the wastage. By the way, I'm a professor of IIT Bombay. At my home, there is no refrigerator, there is no geyser, there is no microwave. We have never installed air conditioner. I stopped ironing my clothes. I do not use soap, and there are so many things I've avoided, and I'm happy and healthy, as you can see. So therefore, avoid is the best policy, 1,000 times better than doing anything else. Minimize, keep your ACs not less than 26 degrees centigrade, more than that. And finally, if you have whatever left requirement, generate locally on your rooftop. So this is the way you can apply. And this is, by the way, our 2P. And 2P is the mascot. 2P let us make 2P as part of our life. And let us remember 2P all the time. Put the posters of 2P everywhere you are. I'm going to show the link where you can download all this material. So let's 2P be a part of our life. Finally, at the end, I'm going to show you the climate action portal, that all these 2P habits can be not only registered on our portal, you can monitor them, you can earn climate correction points, you can get certificates, you can get badges and everything else. So where is this portal? And by the way, it's a free portal. Where is this portal? It's at www.energyswaraj.org. Okay. What you can do, you can choose 2P climate habits. You can create your own climate action card. Like you can do shopping of climate actions like you do on Amazon, right? You can actually select the card and add there. You can complete the task on your CCC point. You can receive digital certificate, badges. You can create a team of your own. You can start spreading. You can be a volunteer. Everything can happen on our portal, and it's all free, simple. When you go to this website, this is how it looks like. You can actually click on the join the movement. As soon as you go there, you get 3 options. Join as individual, join as organization, join as network leader. When there are many organizations under you, then you join as a leader. It is by invitation only. But any organization can join. And the beauty is that when you join as an organization, you get a unique link. And that unique link can be shared with all your students. And when the student will register through your link, it will be visible on your dashboard. So therefore, you can monitor everybody who is doing what. Once you log in, this is how it looks like. For the individual, this is how it is going to look like. For organization, it will look different dashboard. So you can, here it is your menu for the finite earth movement. You can choose items. And once you add item, it will go on the right hand side, my climate action card. And you can actually create your own card. And once you complete that item, you'll get the points. Your potential CCC point becomes earned CCC point. Another beauty is that there are referral codes. On the left hand side, you'll see the referral links. So every individual is unique person on this portal. And each unique person gets their own link and referral code. What you can do, you can use this link and invite your friends, family members, your students, anybody. You can put this on social media also and make your team. As I said, you and I am not sufficient. Every person is emitting carbon dioxide. We have to make everybody as part of the team. Then only we'll be able to solve it. So you can invite people, and once somebody joins it, you'll see on the right hand side, they will appear on your dashboard. And their carbon correction point will also appear on your dashboard. So you are going to earn. And depending on the points, you can get the climate enthusiast certificate, climate hero, climate champion. And organizations can actually get sustainability rating. All the ratings that we have seen so far is all about some solar, some recycling, some water. No, sustainability is about every minute of our life. And I think we are the first one to create a framework which is universal, global, and more comprehensive than anybody else. So this is what you can do with our portal. Organization, as I said, can get the sustainability ratings also. So in summary, what I would like to tell you that please remember the 6 mantras of climate action. You can call them Solanki's mantras of climate action. but it is important. You cannot forget any one of them. Number one, recognize the urgency of the climate change. It is there, it is right on our door, and it is emergency. We have to take action right now. Not a single day of delay is affordable to us. It's already too late. Number two, on the finite planet, we can only have finite consumption. It is impossible that you can produce more and consume more. The world is designed like that, but no, that will not work. Number three, recognize that every act of consumption is actually carbon emission. Everything that we do is adding to carbon. Number four, realize that I consume, I cause, so I must correct it. It is me who has created the problem. It is me who is going to solve the problem. Number five, climate correction starts with the climate 2P habits. So practice 2P habits. 2P, remember 2P and make 2P as part of your life. Print 2P, put 2P on all the walls so that everybody becomes aware. Anyway, it's movement about everyone else also. And last, adopt, follow AMG, avoid, minimize, generate approach for each 2P habit. So 2P plus AMG is a universal climate action framework. I hope all of you remember these 6 climate mantras and make them as part of your life and spread it further. These are the 5 immediate actions you can take today. You can go register on our website, the energyswaraj.org, and become the partner in the fight against the climate change. And we call it the last fight. You know why? Because we are very close to the 1.5 degree. This is the last fight before we cross 1.5 degree. Please, please do join in this last fight. What you can do, you can establish climate action cell. And I would request Dr. Sangeeta also to establish climate action cell in Delnet so that we can keep pushing it every single day. It is not just to discuss on the World Environment Day. Number 3, put 2P cutouts everywhere, register yourself on portal, commit and contribute for the cause today, because I really wish that the global movement has to be people's movement and it has to be supported by the people. Well, this is one single source where you can get everything available to you. How to join the movement, the 2P cutouts, 2P posters, other posters, everything. It is available at one single link, the bit.ly link /FEM Finite Earth Movement -folder. You can all go there and download and become part of the movement from today onwards. I believe Dr. Sangeeta, the Delnet is going to be the partner in this movement as well. Well, at the end, I would say that thank you so much to the Delnet for inviting me, giving this opportunity to share these views to this beautiful network of the Delnet and very committed people. I've been visiting the Delnet, the guest house, and meeting some people here and there. I'm really impressed what you're doing and the quality of the work that you are all doing. Thank you very much for joining. As I said, maybe you can take a screenshot of this and please do contribute. It is not about me. It is not my problem. Climate change is everybody's problem, and everybody has to be the part of the solution. And it will be a real solution when the whole world joins together in action and in the support also. At the end, I would also like to thank all the partners who have been supporting this movement, and I would like to particularly thank Luminous for supporting the launch of the Finite Earth movement on this auspicious occasion of the World Environment Day. So thank you everyone, and thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Professor Solanki, for a truly empowering and an enlightening talk on this occasion. In a true sense, we are celebrating the World's Environment Day. You have really made each one of us to do more introspection, and also inspiring each one of us to contribute in some significant manner. We have to make it, as you have rightly said, it has to be a mass movement. We all are the contributors for it, and we have to find the solutions collectively together. So, and thank you so very much. It has been truly an eye-opener on many fronts, and Delnet would be very much happy to partner with your, very pioneering and remarkable work. And I must congratulate you who have been spearheading, this entire initiative, and also taking the Energy Swaraj as a movement. It's something which is highly laudable, truly admired, by everyone. And we would be really happy to make our institutions to be aware about this movement, to be a part of it. And And we would be, with your permission, we may like to even place the link on our website, because that's being accessible by our institutions across. And let anyone and everyone, whosoever feels that they are very responsible, they want to play a very responsible part in some corrective measures, Delnet will be happy to take your work to the further greater heights, and making at least our institutions to be a part of this initiative. Thank you so very much, Professor Solanki. We are indeed feeling so very happy and delighted that you have been able to be there with us. And I must say that on this occasion, we have made some new beginnings, and we would like to see to it that Delnet plays some important role, in partnering with the foundation. And today being a very auspicious day that you have launched this Finite Earth movement, and in such a very lucid manner that you have made everyone that what are the limitations. It is something that we are. Many of the facts that have been unfolded today through this remarkable presentation of ours, and we would really be happy to also to keep on organizing also some more sensitization programs, and maybe perhaps also to see to it that we launch certain competitions among our institutions. We will have further discussions. It's always a pleasure for us to have you here at Delnet. And when you're coming next to Delhi and being there with us here at Delnet, we'll be really happy to get into a conversation and to see to it that how we collectively bring some good results, more impactful results. So thank you very much once again, Professor Solanki, on behalf of Delnet, on behalf of each one of us. And many of the takeaways from session, and with your permission, we are going to make the deliberations also available on our YouTube channel, so that many more others, would get entirely benefited, with your such remarkable presentation today. With your permission, we would like to make the floor open for questions. I hope you would be able to have some. I know we had a very long day today, and you have been running and rushing around. So because I could see that already there are so many of our professionals who have joined us. Also to tell you that these professionals who are being there, they're across, not only from India, from many other countries, they are being there here today with us. And so we are making the floor open for questions, requesting our fellow colleagues who are being there online, please raise your digital hand, and we'll really be happy to get you connected. Or you are also welcome to post your message in the chat box, and we'll be happy to take the question from there. So let me quickly now, I will be now, I can see that there are a number of, firstly, I'm just lowering everyone's hand. This is just to ensure that only those who are wanting to ask a question. So we would be requesting you all, please kindly, if you want to ask any question, raise your digital hand and we'll be very happy. I can see, so I'm just would be requesting Dr. Janardhan Reddy Keller, who has raised his digital hand. This is for you, Dr. Janardhan Reddy. Could you please unmute yourself and ask the question? We are connected? Yes, you're audible very much. Yes.
I'm Dr. Chetan Singh from Finite. India is struggling.
Your volume is very low. If you can raise your volume.
Yeah, it's quite feeble. Yeah. Can you just be more louder, Dr. Reddy?
Is it okay, sir?
Slightly more louder, please. Yes.
More, yeah.
Okay. Is it okay? Is it okay, sir?
It's better. Yes, it's fine.
Regarding India is suffering regarding the motor vehicle scrapping policy. Can we attend on this regarding how it can we minimize the scrapping policy methods to make use of the things in a better way in automobile industry mainly? How it can be impacted?
I couldn't understand what can be done in automobile industry. I'm sorry.
Minimizing the motor vehicle scrapping policy. Adopting.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, Dr. Reddy, I mean, as I believe that there are many ways to do it, but first way is at the individual level, can we reduce our own consumption of vehicle? For example, electric vehicles have come and everybody thinks that electric vehicles are a great solution. But that is not a solution until unless the number of vehicles, electric vehicles, go down on the road. Rather, they're increasing, they're becoming bigger. So that is the first step. And if you don't take first step, unfortunately, increasing efficiency of the machine and making electric vehicle more rechargeable and more unique is not going to work. And let me quote what Einstein has said once. Einstein said that the very same consciousness that has created the problem cannot be used to solve the same problem. जिस सोच ने जो प्रॉब्लम खड़ा के उसी से नहीं कर सकते. And what is the problem that is created? We want to run faster, we want to have more comfort, we want to have bigger car, bigger house, bigger this. But how are we going to solve this problem? By more vehicles, by more technology, and that is not going to work. So for me, the best step is first you reduce our consumption. Once you do that, there are technologies available for recycling of solar, for recycling of the scrap coming from the copper and others. So that industry is slowly evolving. It is developing. It's becoming better and better. But there is a time before which we have enough the volumes available before recycling become efficient. But the first and foremost, reduce the consumption. You can't bypass this. Yeah.
Main cities, all the cities are suffering with the traffic. That's why I just want to regarding.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Reddy. And yeah, thank you so much indeed. We'll quickly now move on. I can see many of our colleagues here. Babita Dhobal. Babita, could you please unmute yourself, introduce yourself quickly and ask the question. This is for you, Babita Dhobal. Could you please unmute yourself? I'm extremely sorry, Babita, you have not been able to do. Let me quickly move on to Dr. Mohan Singh. Dr. Mohan Singh, could you please unmute yourself? This is for you, Dr. Mohan Singh. Could you please unmute yourself? I'll send you an unmute request, Dr. Mohan Singh. If not, let me move on. This is for Padmaja. Padmaja, could you please unmute yourself quickly? I request our colleagues, if you really have a question, then only please raise your digital hand. This is for CH Padmaja. This is to request, because I can see flooding of many of the hands over here. Please raise your hand if you have a question to ask. This is for Karambir. Karambir, could you please unmute yourself and ask a question? Karambir, could you please unmute yourself? This is for you, Mr. Karambir. Could you please unmute yourself? Yes, we are connected. We are connected, Mr. Karambir. You can ask your question. There is a question on the chat box, and this is from Richa Verma, who is wanting to know, sir, what is desertification? Which of these activities help to restore land and ecosystems? And what is the official hashtag for World Environment Day 2025? You can find a quiz here if you want to challenge yourself further. So something to do on the desertification and which are the activities which helps in restoring the land and ecosystems.
Well, I mean, the problem is that most of the people, they are focusing on a narrow aspect of the environment. Some people may work on the soil restoration, some people may work on the plastic recycling, some people may work on the plantation. But what I mentioned, that all this activity in their own narrow approach doesn't work, because environment is not one. Environment is a collection of so many things that we do. And the root of everything is only one: the use of energy and the consumption. So whether it is desertification, whether it's restoration of our water system, whether it is restoration of our food system, or a reduction in global warming, solution lies in only one simple thing: reduce your consumption. We are doing far too many things. That is the universal solution. If you solve one problem, everything else will be solved. But if you keep solving only the soil problem, only the water problem, only this problem, nothing will get solved. Let us be very, very, very clear. And I hope that is the talk that I meant today, that all these individual actions are a feel-good factor. You'll feel good that you're doing something great. But for the broader environment, it doesn't matter. Because if you correct one activity and don't correct other 99 activities that you're doing and performing in your life, that one activity remains a feel-good gesture. That's what most of us are doing today.
Thank you very much, Professor Solanki. I would like to request now Shafta Siddiqui. Shafta Siddiqui, could you please unmute yourself? This is for you, Shafta Siddiqui. Could you please unmute yourself? If not, I have to move to the next one, and this is Jalendhar Reddy. Mr. Jalendhar Reddy, could you please unmute yourself? You have raised your digital hand. Yeah, we are connected, Jalendhar. Please introduce yourself and ask a question. Jalendhar Reddy, you are connected right now. Perhaps you have just clicked on. This is for Kumar Vikas. I hope so, Kumar. Mr. Kumar Vikas, could you please unmute yourself? Mr. Kumar Vikas, could you please unmute yourself? It's my sincere request to our colleagues, if you have a question, then only please raise your digital hand.
Maybe Dr. Sangeeta, maybe you can unmute all of them and then they can, whoever wishes to, because I saw
no, we can't do that. No, it's not there. You know, the platform also doesn't, and we have to, because they have raised the digital hand, and then only, you know, we can. This is for Mr. N. Rama Rao. Mr. N. Rama Rao, you had raised your hand. We have unmuted you. Mr. N. Rama Rao, could you please unmute yourself and ask the question? Mr. Rama Rao? No. This is for Mr. Rakesh Kumar San. Quickly we will be doing. Mr. Rakesh Kumar San, could you please unmute yourself? Mr. Rakesh Kumar San.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please ask your question quickly, Rakesh.
I have no any question.
So please don't raise your digital hand, Rakesh. We are in a virtual environment. If you click onto this, so let me just take down. I'm sorry for this because it's very difficult, because we are taking away the time of our speaker also at the same time. And now I'm asking for, please don't raise your digital hand. Raise a digital hand only if you have a question to ask. And now the time starts now. Let's not intrude into the time of Professor Solanki ji. He already has been, you know, having a very long day today, and we don't really want to barge in further in his time. If you have a question, then only please raise your digital hand. And I'm just now requesting you to raise your digital hand. And firstly, going to Mr. Jalendhar. Mr. Jalendhar, please unmute yourself quickly. Yes, we are connected. Mr. Jalendhar, we are connected. Please ask your question. I believe you have an issue because it was showing connected, but you're not. This is from Mr. Kutti Kumar. Mr. Kutti Kumar, could you please unmute yourself? Mr. Kutti Kumar, could you please? Yes, we are connected. We are connected. Mr. Kutti Kumar, we are connected. Please speak out. I believe you are not able to.
Yeah,
this
maybe,
is
Dr. Sangeeta, maybe one more minute and then we can close. I have to go to the other things.
Yeah, surely, I can well understand. Just, I believe what we would like to request to you is that this is for each one of you, that the recording of the session will be available on the Delnet YouTube channel. If you have any question, we'll be more than happy to get you connected with Professor Solanki. Please just drop us an email and we can send across a digest of questions, you know, to Professor Solanki, and who would always be, we are sure about it, that, you know, he always extends such a cordial and stupendous support to us. And also, moreover, to tell each and every one of our colleagues over here that we will certainly be also placing the link of the Energy Swaraj Foundation and also this Finite Earth movement, which has been launched onto our web portal. And we request you all to sensitize also your own professional colleagues and others and everyone, you know, to be a part of it. I remain grateful to you, Professor Solanki, and may I have a pleasure of firstly presenting you this on behalf of an elephant coming to you. And
thank you so much.
I was just thinking that you may say that, you know, what is a kind of an, you know, there would be a further some contribution that we are making, you know, through this. It has been truly, each and everyone is really would be thinking twice whatever we are doing it. And as you have said, like, you know, that how we have been contributing to it, and the solution also lies in us. Also on this occasion, Professor Solanki, this is one of a book. And you would be amazed to know that I got a copy of this only today. This is an ISE India International Centers quarterly, which has been published, and what an occasion to celebrate this publication too, which is on energy transition and climate justice, a path less traveled. And it is contains a large number of the papers which are being published, and they are a part of this. I will be really delighted to present it to you in person when you are coming next. And there cannot never be anyone better than you, who would really like to, have a copy of this title. So we remain thankful to you. Thank you so very much for making it possible for Delnet, for each one of us to be a part of this global celebrations of the World Environment Day. And I believe that each one of us has to join our hands together to protect our Mother Earth. And you have really inspired each and every one of us to work together, to collectively work together. And we can assure you that we are always would be with ESF in doing our very best to make it possible for ESF to reach out to the institutions. And we really look forward to having many more opportunities to working together. So with this, Professor Solanki, we would like to once again thank you, express a very warm sincere gratitude to you for being there with us on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks to you, and thanks to becoming a partner in the Finite Earth movement. And I hope everybody who listened also joined the movement now onwards. And very happy World Environment Day to all of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so very much indeed. Thank you one and all for being there on this occasion, and we have truly appreciated your being there. And we sincerely apologize that we couldn't really take everyone's questions because of paucity of time. And as you can well understand that Professor Solanki has throughout, he has number of engagements, and he has been very kind and gracious in acceding to our request. We remain grateful. The recording of the session will be made available by tomorrow. And also at the same time, would like to tell you that in yet another 1 hour time, sharp at 5 o'clock, you will be receiving the digital certificate of participation. We have truly valued your being there with us, and we really look forward to having you back again in the future webinars. Thank you so very much. And with this, we close today's webinar session. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank my colleagues, Mr. Kushal Goswami and Mrs. Ranjana, for helping out Delnet in organizing this session, and a profound gratitude definitely to our distinguished speaker, Professor Solanki, and also to Mr. Gupta, who have been really helping us, who have helped us in organizing and celebrating the World Environment Day. So thank you very much, and may this World Environment Day inspires change, and also inspires us to go for the more greener habits, the climate habits. And we really look forward to having on the similar topics, to have many more programs in the days to come. Thank you so very much. God bless you all. And with this, we close today's session. A very good evening to all of you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks.